Rarely has Brazil had so much riding on elections as it does in this year's presidential contest. The elections will be decided in 2 rounds in October, and it's turning into what for markets is a nightmare scenario: the far left against the far right. The result could end up condemning Brazil to another 4 years of political infighting.
This comes at a time when Latin America's economic powerhouse is crawling out of recession, and to avoid a fiscal crisis, it needs major reforms. A difficult overhaul of pensions, top of the list. Leading in the polls is Jair Bolsonaro, the former army captain who is known for disparaging blacks, women and homosexuals, has little support in Congress, but he has used social media to build up a lead of nearly 30% in the polls. He's the first right-wing candidate with a chance of leading Brazil since the country's last military dictatorship ended in the mid-1980s. His message is simple: brutally suppress crime and restore what he calls traditional family values. Voters see Bolsonaro as an outsider free of the corruption scandals that are discrediting traditional politicians.
Bolsonaro has recruited Chicago University-trained financier Paulo Guedes to run his economic policy. This has helped to placate markets. They would have preferred former Sao Paulo Governor Geraldo Alckmin, who's seen as a centre-right moderate, but he has lagged in the polls.
On the left is Fernando Haddad, the former mayor of Sao Paulo, who is representing the Workers' Party, or PT. With 16% support, the lawyer, economist and philosopher has been anointed by the popular founder of the PT, former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Lula himself was barred from running after being jailed for corruption. Haddad is seen as a moderate, but his party has become increasingly radicalized and is steeped in corruption investigations. Other stronger candidates include environmentalist Marina Silva and leftist Ciro Gomes.
Like other countries, the 2018 elections in Brazil are being played out on social media through memes and fake news posts on Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp. Policy debate has been the first casualty in this election. Analysts agree that in the longer term, serious discourse will be needed about reform if Brazil is to prosper, but that's unlikely to happen in this election.